everyone, it's Debra Poneman, and today I was originally going to give you some tips for a healthy 2026, but I switched up my topic at the last minute, realizing it was more important to talk a little bit about what's going on in our world, which is a lot. And I was thinking how grateful I am that you listen to my messages on Saturday and that they hopefully make your day and your life a little bit brighter because these are the days where community matters so much, not just for our own happiness and well being, but because when two or more are gathered, I am here. Not I, Deborah. God is here, love is here, grace is here, spirit is here, the angels are here. And last year, I read this amazing book called The Field of Glow by a wonderful man named William Schultz. I happen to know him. We always called him Bill. But he sees everything in the celestial realm. In fact, he has since he was a baby. When he was first born, this is my favorite story in the book. Well, they're all my favorite stories. But he said that when he was very first born, he was lying in the crib and he heard his parents' voices and he was like, oh no, I'm not here again with them. But what he sees on the celestial level is that when a group of people gather for good, the angels race into the room to be there. So your room is probably very crowded right now as people from all over the world are listening to this message. And because what we do on Saturday mornings is we put our attention on the good, on the God, on love, on light. And that positivity multiplies exponentially. And when you add light to the world by putting your attention on it, the light comes back to you multiplied. And it will light your path and lighten your karmic load. And now is certainly a time when our world needs all the light we can possibly generate. The other way we can generate light, besides putting our attention on that which is uplifting, is again, stay in community. Every transformational leader I know at this point in time, at the top of their priority list, is to be courageous enough to ask for support and vulnerable enough to accept it. This is the time to lean on each other. And when a friend is struck by tragedy, small or incomprehensibly large, it's not the time to be philosophical and say to them, oh, I'm sure you know everything happens for a reason. Or, oh, it's all in divine order. Please do not do that. When they're hurting, don't ask them to look on the bright side or say something like, well, at least you got out alive, or at least you got that karma out of the way. As a matter of fact, you should never ever say at least, because it basically says to people, you shouldn't feel what you're feeling, as in, well, at least you had insurance. Or while they're mourning the loss of every possession from the first picture their daughter drew in their 3-year-old art class to their grandmother's candlesticks, the only thing she grabbed when escaping Germany during World War II. Instead of, well, at least say something simple like, I'm so sorry for your loss. Please let me know if there's anything I could do for you. And you can cry with them, but don't cry more than them. That's just making it about you. And again, if there's a death or an accident or a fire, some things you can do are offer to make meals. I think I've told you this before, but I had 5 close friends die in 2026. And all I did was just be there for them and let them know that anything they needed, I was there. And you can offer to make meals or help with legal things like insurance or funeral arrangements, especially if they don't have family to help them with those kinds of things, or offer to take their pet while they're, getting better from an accident, or maybe cleaning up from a fire or something like that. And for yourself, there is a quote from God through Neale Donald Walsh that's helped me get through hard times. But again, this quote is for you, not to quote your friend who's in crisis. And it goes like this: On this day of your life, my friend, I believe God wants you to know that life is conspiring in your favor. It may not always look that way, but it is, I assure you. Everything that is happening just the way it must in order for you to have the opportunity to create the experience of yourself for which you yearn. The idea behind all of this is to give you a chance to become and to know at the highest level who you really are. This is God work you and I are up to. You and I, yes. So keep on going. I remember last year I was listening to this lecture by the renowned humanitarian and spiritual leader Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, and it was right after the LA fires, and he was asked the question, what could possibly be the reason for the LA fires? And he said essentially the same thing. He said, such incidents remind you of a higher power that's in control of our whole universe. He said, often the idea that we are in control creates an illusion in our minds, and we get so drowned in the material world and we feel safe and secure just because we're comfortable materially and living or being brought up in an atmosphere that seems so safe and secure. And actually, I have the quote from following that. He said, this fire only shows how everything is uncertain. You are safe nowhere, and you are safe everywhere. This is the important message. Know that there is a divine providence that you are still safe in spite of how much fire and how much destruction. There is a power that is protecting you, that is with you. We call it God or the higher self or whatever. Moments of disaster should lead you towards God if you are not there already. If you are there already, then you know that things will happen on this planet, but you have the support from a power that is there with you all the time. The most certain power in the universe is with you. So knowing that this universe, this world is a temporary place, but we think it's permanent. We get lost in our lives and our day-to-day routines. These types of incidents like fires shake us up, wake us up from our slumber. And we realize nothing is permanent. This will all go, and its purpose is to make you more centered in yourself. Such incidents should be taken as an exercise to turn to your inner strength rather than getting more anxious and depressed. Instead of going in a negative direction, you must see it and acknowledge the impermanent nature of everything in the world and anchor yourself onto the permanent spirit that is deep within you. And know that whenever there are crises, there is always a helping hand that comes. An unknown hand is helping you, and an unknown strength is protecting you. Have faith that this is true. When these circumstances occur, that is when faith should dawn. So have faith and take care of yourself. Yes, be kind and caring to others, but don't forget about yourself. And next week, I'm going to share my thoughts on what's going on in our world and expand on the words of best-selling author and activist for social justice, Valerie Kaur, who I absolutely love. And you've probably heard her quote before when she says, "What if this darkness is not the darkness of the tomb, but the darkness of the womb?" But for now, I'm going to end with the words of the angels, channeled through angel communicator Ann Albers, who you know I love. And this was the message from the angels a couple weeks ago, and it was about the new year. But when I was thinking about how important it is that not only that we're good to others, and so that those others know that they have a community, that they have somebody to lean on, but it's important that you also are good to yourself. I dug up this message from the angels from a couple weeks ago that said this: My dear friends, we love you so very much. As you prepare for your new year, take a little time and ask yourself, how do I want to move through this year? What type of person do I wish to be? While resolutions, hopes, and dreams are important, who you choose to be has far more impact on your life than what you choose to do. Our wish is that you choose to be kind, compassionate, loving, and that you extend this grace first to yourselves. Our wish is that rather than trying to be the one who is right, you strive to be the one who is understanding. Rather than being judgmental, perhaps you can make peace with simply discerning what and who is right for your own life. Dear ones, you can be the light, the love, and the peace that you truly are. You can be the lovers when others hate. You can be the uplifters rather than those who commiserate with the negativity around you. You can be the peacemakers while others divide. You can be the ones who see the value in all things and all beings and who are willing to dive a little deeper to understand one rather than judge. Your world needs this light, love, and understanding. It needs this grace, and it must start with one soul at a time. One brave soul who chooses to love and care for themselves first and then extends that kindness outward. You need not save the world. You need not like or agree with all you see, but you can extend love as an act of grace by simply praying for all, imagining light flowing towards all, or glowing from within. You can turn the other cheek away from the darkness and focus instead on the love that is flowing to you at all times. You can be the ones, perhaps the one, who creates the tipping point on your earth towards peace. So as you focus on your resolutions, hopes, and dreams, by all means, we want every single one of your wishes to come true. And we will, as you allow, guide you to them. Our offer to love you and calibrate your energy is there every minute of every day, whenever you choose to sit, breathe, and receive. Most of all, however, we wish for you a year of feeling like the real you, the lover that you are, the peaceful soul that you are, the one who values yourself, your time, and your resources enough to take care of yourself first, to fill the well and then spill your love out into the world. Dear ones, Happy New Year. May it be a year of living in the love that you are. God bless you. We love you so very much. The angels. And with that, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye for now.